Y'all, happy Saturday. How are y'all doing, family? We is back. We is back with these Epstein files. Y'all, there is more people getting exposed. I mean, almost by the second. But y'all, we gonna let you know somebody who has we just found out was exposed. And y'all, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. But y'all remember, shout out to Midas Touch. Hey, loving myself, how are you? Welcome in the building. Welcome. Remember Midas Touch? Remember Midas Touch was telling us a couple of people that was in in the files? Do y'all remember that yesterday, y'all? OMG, y'all, we got some more people that is being exposed. I mean, as time goes by, people is flipping through these Epstein files. This is going ultra viral. This is people that we wouldn't even think of, right? Y'all, these are people we like, huh? Some of these people we don't even know, right? Some of them are all the way up here financially. We would never know who these people are. But some of these people are like, oh, okay. Hey, Pearl Glenn, Jason, how are y'all? Welcome. Welcome everybody that's in the building. Smash the like button as y'all come in because we going to be getting with these Epstein files again. Now, shout out to Bougie Barbie. I actually found the video where it was the who Epstein's neighbor. But I was like, you know what? I watched that video and I was like, I don't trust him. Mm-mm. And he works for Trump. I don't trust him. Love It Myself says, I'm just giving heads up, respectful to the host and chat, or you will get the boot. I know that's right. Exactly. My mods, TY, Love It Myself, they will put you out. And we give people the hot toddies and the teacups to go. Hey, Bougie Barbie. There goes Bougie Barbie. How are you? Welcome. Bougie Barbie, I watched that video and only the very first beginning what they showed on Midas Touch yesterday was good. And I was like, hey, Phyllis, how are you? Welcome. And I was like, the rest of the video, I was like, I don't know. Because I was like, I don't know if I trust this man. I don't know if I trust him. Because, hey, Bronze, how are you? Anonymous, y'all is all showing up and showing out tonight. Welcome in the building, y'all. Happy Saturday, family. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I trust this man. I don't trust the neighbor for some reason. What was his name? Something, I forget his name. I was like, I don't know. Hey, KMR, how are you? KMR says Jay-Z on the Epstein list is not surprising. I know, right? Didn't he almost catch a W? He almost caught an L, but I don't know because there's still some stuff going on with that, and now he's in the Epstein files. I mean, I think that's even worse than the 13-year-old because we don't know how many other 13-year-olds possible, allegedly that they may have, going on, right? This is crazy. TY says so much dirty people in the world. Yes, TY. These people are dirty and nasty. I'm telling you, this is crazy. But y'all, we're going to get into it. We're going to check out again the Midas Touch. And then, do y'all remember these? Well, I'm gonna play the Midas Touch. Hey, Sassy, welcome. We're gonna shout out to Midas Touch. We're gonna revisit the Midas Touch, and we're gonna kind of talk about somebodies that are in these Epstein files. But I had touched down and I did a video on these somebodies, and these somebodies also are, we just, I don't want to ruin it. KMR says, my goat, Vladimir Putin is not on the list thanks to the Lord. KMR, I don't know. We still trying to go through these Epstein files. All this is going viral. This is going ultra viral. Anonymous says Stephen Hawkins is in the MF. Who would survive that guy? You was a mess. I'm telling you. Hey, wait. Okay, hey, D, how are you? Welcome in the building. Y'all, we gonna get into it because I'm telling you, there's some people that I got to tell y'all about, and nobody's saying anything about these people. But I'm gonna break it a little down to you guys because I did videos on these people. But y'all, let's go ahead, turn it around, and let's go ahead and get into the business. Because I'm telling you, it is about to go down, y'all. These Epstein files is getting crazy. Hey, Black Anonymous, how are you? Black Anonymous says, hey, at the lounge, what's going on? Oh, these Epstein files is what's going on, Black Anonymous. The Epstein files is going down. The Epstein files is ultra viral. It's 30 million files. People are flipping through trying to find these names and seeing what is going on. Wait, PB and J, how are you? Welcome. Thank you. Y'all, we gonna get into it. Happy Saturday, y'all. I hope y'all Saturday has been great, but we about to bust it all the way down, y'all. So let's turn it around. Let's get into it and let's see who else is on these lists. Y'all, I'm telling you, Bill Gates, I'm telling you, could y'all imagine Pop walking around and he is walking around with the sick eggplant? Oh my God, that is unbelievable. Y'all, let's get into it.
Donald Trump is panicking as an additional release of 3 million Epstein file documents has been absolutely devastating for him and his regime. Even despite the cover-up efforts by Trump and his DOJ, it is still devastating. Let me tell you what's gone down, and I'm going to read for you some of the most devastating documents that have been released. So the Trump DOJ earlier today, through Todd Blanche, Deputy Attorney General, said that they were going to release 3 million documents from the Epstein files.
Wow.
They said they collected 6 million documents from the Epstein files, but we're only going to release about 50% of it because they said that was the only group that was actually relevant. Let's be clear, that's highly suspect, highly suspicious. We should not believe anything that they are saying, and we should demand.
Y'all, do y'all believe? Hold up. Do y'all believe that there is 30 million that they just released and that there is more coming marching around the corner saying, yeah, let me out, release me. There is more files that need to be released. They only released 30 million. Now, if y'all tell me that somebody stole, like I said, a candy bar, maybe once or maybe twice, maybe I would say, maybe they're guilty, maybe they're not. But 30 million times that you done told me somebody stole a candy bar, what do you think I'm going to believe? What do you think I'm going to believe? I'm going to believe that they stole the candy bar. But y'all, let's turn it around. Let's continue. This is wild.
And all of the documents be produced. But from this 3 million documents that have been produced, there is very, very damaging stuff to Donald Trump and his cabinet and people like Howard Lutnick and Elon Musk. And even the new person Donald Trump's appointed as the chairman of the Federal Reserve, who's listed in these new documents, and others will go through that. Also, you should note that these survivors are absolutely livid right now. Despite the Trump DOJ saying it took so long for us to release these 3 million documents so we could find the most relevant and responsive documents and protect the survivors and protect the victims. Well, a lot of the documents that were released gave personal identifying information of the survivors and gave other information of these survivors and victims. And so the lawyer for these survivors and survivors themselves are absolutely livid. They're pissed that they're re-traumatized that their names have been outed again.
And y'all, respectfully so, these people who have been victimized, this is like almost like a re-victimizing type of situation, right? Like, you've been through this situation, you already had trauma from it, and then for it to come back around and now everybody knows who was in these Epstein files, all the disgusting things that is in these Epstein files, that can trigger back, more, trauma again, right? But y'all, let's turn around and let's continue because this is crazy.
That could be very harmful to them. And also you're hearing from these survivors that they are extremely not trusting anything that this Trump DOJ is doing right now. They believe that this is just more of the cover-up by the Trump DOJ. Donald Trump's name is mentioned many times in the new documents that were released.
Wow.
Let me make this point as well. There haven't been any photos or videos or audio that's been released. And there should be video, audio, photos that are released with, of course, appropriate redactions and appropriate protection of victim rights. So that doesn't even exist in this. And when we saw there was, the 18,000 files produced by the Epstein estate several months ago.
Hey, my baby Jabil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Salute, beautiful. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hey, baby, welcome in. My baby said, smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button.
Lots of photos.
Hold on.
There as well with Trump in those photos. Okay, let's go through some of these emails that were produced in this batch. I've gone through all 3 million documents, and so that's what I've been doing all morning. Let me show you what is in these documents. And Trump's name is mentioned many times. So here's an email from Jeffrey Epstein to a lady by the name of Kathy Rumler. Kathy Rumler was a lawyer at a large corporate law firm. She almost served as like an advisor to Epstein during this period of time. This is an email from March 30th, 2016, from Epstein to his advisor, Kathy Rumler. And here's what is stated. Epstein says, again, March 30th, 2016, Trump is likely to be asked questions soon about me. In an ideal world, what do you think he should and could say? Then Epstein's advisor says the following. I knew Epstein professionally and always had positive dealings with him. I don't know anything about his personal legal issues other than what I have read in public reports, and therefore don't have any comment. So Epstein and his advisor are working on...
Oh, my Cash App, if you guys want to donate to the channel, is $TheLounge83. If y'all want to donate, y'all could feel free to donate. $TheLounge83. Thank you, baby. That's my Cash App. Did you catch it, babe? All right. Let's continue. Thank you, baby.
Statements to give to Donald Trump to cover up his relationship with Epstein. And then Epstein says, supposedly a girl said that Donald had sex with her at my house when she was underage.
I think that was right, Anonymous.
She has a witness in 1993. Pottinger's.
I think you had it right, Anonymous. $TheLounge83. I think that was right. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you.
Story 2 weeks ago. Said that Pottinger wanted to meet him. I emailed back, do not meet. You are not involved.
Thank you, baby.
Said someone sent me. Pottinger worked his way into my office to tell me that. Very annoyed, I called and got his telling the above, that a girl in 1993 was saying that when she was underage, she said she was a witness. A girl said that Donald Trump had sex with her at my house when she was underage. Okay.
Wow. Did y'all hear what he just read off? Donald Trump had her. Y'all, I'm telling you, these files have a lot of nasty stuff. I'm telling you, this stuff is crazy. Sassy says Trump is a part of the core. This is crazy. I cannot believe the things that he was doing, but y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. Happy Saturday. This is unbelievable.
That's in the documents. Underage girl saying sex with Donald Trump. Epstein is mentioning that right here in a March of 2016 email. Then you have this email right here from December 2017. You have this email right here, and it says the following. I'm okay, still waiting for a New York trip. Taking the family to Dubai for the new year. I forgot to ask you, is there any new update about the Saudi project that I sent you? And then he's having a conversation here with a business partner. So Epstein and a business partner, and the business partner says, I'm at the door, but I will wait for my time. I don't want to come early to find Donald Trump at your house. Smiley face emoji. That's December 22nd, 2017. There's this email between Jeffrey Epstein and someone by the name of Nicholas Ribis. This is from March 22nd, 2011. Nick, the girl in the new papers that has made all this trouble said she worked at Mar-a-Lago when she was 15 in 1998. Virtually positive that is a lie. It was when she was 17 in 2000.
Wow.
Her name is redacted.
Look, they already sitting there. This is crazy. They said, okay, Nick, the girl in the new papers that has made all this trouble, says she worked at Mar-a-Lago when she was 15 in 1998. I virtually positive that is a lie. It was when she was 17. What are they trying to push the age up for? 15, 17, that is still underage, right? That is still an illegal age. Y'all, this is crazy. Let's continue.
Who would I go to verify? Don't know how Donald, referring to Donald Trump, would respond. And there's this email, March 22nd, 2011. It's from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell right here. Here's the email. I thought you said not to involve Donald. Again, this is from Ghislaine to Jeffrey Epstein, rather. I thought you
Wow.
said not to involve Donald. Anyway, so now the die is cast. You now have to get her employment records. It will either show she started work in 1999 or 2000, as she was full-time there, and I believe you cannot be a minor and work full-time anywhere. So she had to be.
Wait a minute. Yes, you can. When you are some states are like what, 14 or 15 that you can work at certain establishments. I know I started working when I was 16 years old. My kids started working when they were 15, 16 years old. So y'all, this is crazy. Either way it goes, they are still underage. But y'all, let's continue. These are they trying to like cut corners as far as like ages to try to make it more feel like it's more legal. Absolutely not.
At least 16 to be in full-time employment. Perhaps start that way. That alone would kill her allegations that she was 15. As I said, you can't work full-time anywhere at that age. Either that or she gave a fake ID to Mar-a-Lago, which is also possible. However, let's see if you get the info, and please confirm the labor law. So Ghislaine telling Jeffrey, now the die is cast. I thought you said we should hide Donald, avoid mentioning Donald, but now that he's involved, we need to find out about this girl who's saying she's 15 and that she was at Mar-a-Lago. We think that she was 17 years old. Let's take a look at this next one right here. Subject, alert. What does
Wow.
Jeffrey Epstein think of going to Mar-a-Lago after Christmas instead of his island? And it is sent on September 28th, 2012. And it is a message that says, Jeffrey Epstein, what do you think of going to Mar-a-Lago? It says, what does Jeffrey Epstein think of going to Mar-a-Lago after Christmas instead of his island? That's notable
Wow.
because Donald Trump and Epstein claim that they broke off their relationship sometime around 2000.
Put a one in the chat if y'all think they ever broke off their relationship. I don't think they ever broke off their relationship. I think they were always friends, always PDFer friends, PDFer BFFs, actually, to tell y'all the truth, because they were doing this for a very long time. Y'all, we got 400 people in the building. Y'all smash the like button. We just getting started. Let's get the likes up to at least 400, y'all. This is crazy and unbelievable. Y'all, let's continue.
2004, 2007-ish, but they were obviously still in communication in 2012. And then there was this very devastating document that was produced. In an interview with FBI agents, a survivor told the agents that Ghislaine Maxwell presented her to Donald Trump, making clear she was available.
Hey, D-Dot.
Again, this isn't a tip. What I'm about to read for you is what's called an FBI 302, an interview with agents.
Wow.
So it says redacted, because that's the name of the survivor, never dated Donald Trump. Maxwell took, the name is redacted, to a party in New York. And it goes on to say, Maxwell seemed very excited that there would be a lot of great men for redacted to meet. Redacted felt that Maxwell presented her and gave a rundown of blank accolades similar to a CV. Maxwell presented Redacted to Trump, and they had a conversation for approximately 20 minutes. Redacted was invited to Mar-a-Lago, where she was given a tour by Trump with Epstein and Maxwell present.
Wow.
Nothing happened between Redacted and Trump. By the things that Maxwell said, it was made clear that Redacted was available. Maxwell said things like, oh, I think he likes you. Aren't you lucky? This is great. There was an article that came out with Redacted and Trump. Redacted thought she was around 22 years old.
Y'all, let me say this. Y'all, these people know when a 13-year-old girl is talking versus an 18, 19-year-old girl is talking. Let's be for real. Let's be honest. They are trying to skim around to try to make it sound like the age was legal when they know that those were little young children. Y'all, there is something. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button. Y'all, while we got only 40 likes, let's get 400 likes in the building. Smash the like button, y'all.
Redacted was given suggestions on things to wear. Maxwell said things like, oh, he'll like that. He doesn't like that. It was set up very much like how Maxwell introduced Redacted to Epstein. Maxwell introduced Redacted to, and there's more redactions. There was definitely a pretext that this guy was for so-and-so. Redacted and Redacted are friends. They dated much later. Redacted described, again, more redactions, as a good guy. Redacted told so-and-so that someone from the government had reached out to him. Maxwell introduced so-and-so to, there was definitely a pretext that this guy was for, then it goes on to say, Maxwell introduced another man, and it goes on to describe additional things. And it said, Redacted has fear around Maxwell, describes Maxwell as an extremely dangerous person, felt the behavior she had.
Oh, wow. Did he say that Maxwell described Maxwell as an extremely dangerous person? We know that he was a PDFer. Even the neighbor, remember we did we listened to the interview with the neighbor who is I forget, Bougie Barbie gave me the name, the name and the person, but remember when they went over to Epstein's house and he was like, Epstein seems like he's creepy, he's disgusting. And then it says that here in these documents, y'all, this is disgusting. Smash the like button, y'all. Happy Saturday, family, y'all. This is disgusting, y'all. I mean, this is unbelievable what they did to these children.
That Maxwell is a sociopath and she's sociopathic and has fear if Maxwell is not convicted. And that was the FBI report. It's called the 302. Then there was this document right here that was posted by the DOJ. Then the DOJ immediately removed it after the Midas Touch flagged what was in this document. The new Epstein, so what we wrote on the Midas Touch, then the DOJ removed it, then they put it back up. Here's what we wrote. The new Epstein Files production features numerous allegations made against Donald Trump and others. Fortunately, we saved the document because when we clicked back on it, about 30 minutes after we posted on it, you got this. Page not found. We are sorry. The page you're looking.
Wow. They is trying to do everything they can to skim around, to try to ho-hum, trying to get these kids' ages up like it makes it any better. Oh, she was 22. She looked about 22. These guys are sick. And then they deleted it and it said page not found. Like, what else are they trying to hide, y'all? This is diabolical. Smash the like button, y'all. We got over 400, almost 500 people in the building. Let's get the likes up, y'all. This is crazy.
Cannot be found on the Department of Justice website. Then there was a massive pressure campaign against the DOJ.
And I'm sitting in this chair, so y'all probably hear the chair squealing. So, yeah, just in case y'all hear the chair squealing, that's me. But, yeah, let's continue, y'all.
Because we posted it on our Substack, MidasPlus.com. Go check out our Substack, by the way. So then once it was on our Substack, the DOJ just posted it anyway because they figured Midas Touch already posted it on their Substack. So what could they do? So this is what was in that document. Again, these are allegations made against Donald Trump, and these are not corroborated. They're just
Hold on, y'all. But let me say this. Hey, everybody, welcome in. How are y'all doing? Happy Saturday. Y'all, if there is 30 million documents that are, alleging you doing something bad, do y'all think that y'all would say, this person in his name comes up like in every 4 or 5 words? You hear, Trump, 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 Trump. Do y'all think that is a sign of guilt? I mean, to me, I would. Now, if it was like maybe once or twice, on maybe like 2 documents, and your name was mentioned once or maybe possibly twice, but 30 million documents? And I believe they said his name was mentioned 5,000 and something times or more than that. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. Smash the like button, y'all. Let's continue.
Let me be very clear. That's all they are. We don't know the extent of what's happened. Obviously, this DOJ can't be trusted with anything, even if they say that they reject the allegations. But there are things like this mentioned. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children and Trump would auction them. I mean, it goes on. He measured their vaginas, it gets absolutely.
This part is so disgusting, you guys. I'm like, how are these PDFers not in jail? How come there's nothing that happened to them? Let it been a everyday person doing this sick, disgusting behavior. Y'all know they would have been ransacked them in the house, tackled them down, put the handcuffs, and went and took them to jail, right? But why is it that these people, because they have money, that they can do these things allegedly to these minors? These are babies. And I also have another question. Where were these kids' parents at? Where were these kids' parents at? It makes you wonder, were they selling these, children? Like, where was the parents at? But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
Absolutely grotesque. You can go to, if you want to read this document, you can go to MidasPlus.com. I have the whole document. I'll read you a little more from this, but if you want to read the full thing, go to MidasPlus.com. I know me reading this document can be very triggering. And it says, Blank reported that unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey.
Oh my God. Did y'all hear what he just said? To perform the oral knocky knock knock on Pop Trump? Y'all, this is sick. Sick. 13, 14-year-olds. This is sick. Where are their parents at? Oh my God.
The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. And then there's lots of stuff like this in this document. Again, MidasPlus.com. If you want to read it, let me be very clear. These are not corroborated, but these are complaints that were made and are in the files. And remember what Todd Blanche said. He said that they had reviewed 6 million, and they viewed these documents as the relevant ones to produce. So this was produced by the DOJ, and then they immediately tried to remove it.
And okay, let me stand correct. I think I was saying 30 million. It's 3 million. I think 6 million in total files, but 3 million were released. So where's the other 3 million? We need to see all the millions of other 3 million of these files. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. This is all crazy.
I think this is notable as well. Trump's new pick for chairman of the Federal Reserve made an appearance in today's Epstein file release. You see right there, Kevin Warsh. Kevin Warsh is now Trump's pick to be the new chairman of the Federal Reserve. But he's in this email. Kevin Warsh, Raymond McGuire, Ghislaine Maxwell, Brett Ratner, John Pagozzi. So other familiar names appear right there. Let's take a look as well what this email is all about, where Kevin Warsh's name appears and Brett Ratner. Brett Ratner was the director.
Oh, baby, my Cash App is 83. I'm sorry, it's hold on, let me unpin it. It's I'm sorry, it's the $ the lounge at 83. I think Anonymous had it right. I was just looking at it right now. Can one of y'all put that in there? $ the lounge 83. Okay, never mind. I got it right here. I got it. Hold on. Let me pin it. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's continue.
The Melania movie and Ghislaine. This was an email, December 21st, 2020.
Thank you, Anonymous.
2010. Subject, St. Barth's. Here is the list I just sent Harvey. I'm not sure if that's Harvey Weinstein. How many people are with you tomorrow? Do you know blank? Steve Cohen next door to me, just met him, and Larry Gogo next to the Isle de France. Keep me posted. Please look this over. I think Roman's boat is bigger than Ron Perlman's. Here is a list of everyone I know that's coming down so far. Please advise where and when to screen. This is the St. Bart's Christmas party of 2010 off the Isle de France or the hotel.
Yes, y'all are saying Pusha T. Yes, Pusha T and Jay-Z is in them files too. Yes, indeed. They are in the files too. I'm telling you, everybody that was in Hollywood, all them top officials, all the people in the higher ups, they was all over there on Nickelodeon Island at AKA Epstein Island. I'm telling you, this is crazy. D-Dot says, yep, Pusha T doing dirt too. Anonymous says, Disney knows all about the island. Yes, they have to. Exactly. D-Dot says, so is Jamie Foxx. I'm telling you, this is crazy. I'm telling you, these people are PDFers. and they're walking around here. Y'all know the PDFers that's in prison, they beat them up. They have a hard way to go, but they got these people just because they got money. They let them do whatever they want to do. And I don't think it's fair at all. If you break the law should apply to everybody. But y'all, let's continue.
And then there are all these names listed like Roman Abramowitz, Kevin Warsh, and all those names you see right there. As I mentioned at the outset, Brett Ratner, Ghislaine Maxwell, and others. As I mentioned at the outset,
Sammy said something I have to agree with. Sammy says, if you don't participate, you can't have anything. Exactly. But put a 1 in the chat. Would y'all rather do this nasty stuff to children, or would you guys rather just not and have some money from somewhere else, right? Make a living somewhere else or do something else than be in Hollywood and with these moguls. I would not be doing anything to these babies. These are babies, y'all. Under 18 is considered a baby to me. They are underage. They're babies. They should be living their life playing with Barbie dolls, G.I. Joes, playing hide-go-seek, jumping off the roofs, having a childhood and not their childhood being taken away. This is crazy. Hey, Goddess, welcome. Welcome in the building. This is crazy, y'all. Let's continue.
For these survivors is saying that the DOJ violated the trust of victims with insufficient redactions on what was already produced. This is a statement from the lawyer of the survivors, Bradley Edwards. Bradley Edwards says the following: the department has been in possession of a comprehensive list of victims of Jeffrey Epstein for months. In that time, they have spoken directly with several terrified women who they promised to protect through a fulsome redaction process. Their complete and utter failure to do so would lead any reasonable person to believe that these violations are no mistake. There are not words to express our disappointment, he added. Essentially, these survivors are saying this was done maliciously by the Trump regime in order to attack and defame and harm and re-traumatize the survivors. So to be clear, the Trump regime has withheld 3 million of the 6 million documents. From the 3 million documents, there have been some pretty devastating documents for Donald Trump, for Howard Lutnick, which I'll talk about in a moment, for Elon Musk, which I'll talk about, also some really bad documents about Bill Gates that I'll share in a moment as well, and others that were in this production. But what was also produced were the names of survivors and victims in a way that re-traumatized them, and that those redactions were not made appropriately right here. Epstein survivor Haley Robson just went on CNN after Todd Blanche held a news conference, and Haley Robson says, "You're not going to gaslight me into thinking that this administration has somehow prioritized survivors," and Haley Robson does not believe that this is the full, and the survivors don't believe that this.
My baby says, smash the like button. Yes, we got a full house. Yes, smash the like button, y'all. We should have more likes in here than this. We got 75 likes. Y'all playing with my emotions, y'all. What is going on? It's Saturday, y'all. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes up. We talk about these Epstein files that is ultra viral right now, y'all. Welcome in the building. This is crazy. There is no way that I would take either doing these children wrong, violating children, versus no, I'd rather work 50, 11 jobs to go and figure out how I'm going to live. I would take that route. I would not take a route to violate children. These children should be children. The children need to be children. You only can be a child, but for so long. You can't grow up being 30 years old talking about you want to play with Barbie dolls. No, because that is gone. That life is gone. Why are these people violating these young children? These are babies, y'all. But y'all, let's continue. This is crazy. This is unbelievable.
The full Epstein files that are being produced. And as I mentioned at the outset, it's missing photos, it's missing video, it's missing audio. I think it's missing internal memos, which seem to have been withheld. Other witness reports seem to be withheld. And from what was actually.
My baby says, did he try to hug me from the back and I ain't been the same since? Baby, you is a mess. You is a mess. Oh my goodness. Dida says R. Kelly will not get out until 2045. Yeah, I seen that, Dida. I'm telling you, Jamil, my baby is a mess. This is crazy, y'all. Let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all.
Produced They didn't redact the victims' names appropriately.
Oh, goddess. Hey, sis, can you just put the Cash App so I can unpin it so it'll show at the bottom of the page? Let me see, unpin. So it'll show at the bottom of the page, or one of my mods, somebody. But y'all, this is crazy. These kids did not get to have a childhood. Their childhood was taken away from them.
To re-traumatize the victims right here. It's officially the new year, which means setting wildly unrealistic.
Oh, let me push through this. This is crazy. But y'all, he is going to say something about some more people that is in the files. Hold on, but let me okay, I think he's gonna say it right here.
Elon Musk was asking about coming to your island on January 2nd. It's from Epstein's assistant, Leslie Groff, to Epstein. And here are emails from Elon to Jeffrey Epstein and Leslie Groff. Elon Musk is talking about, actually, I could fly back early on the 3rd. We'll be in St. Bart's. When should we head to your island on the 2nd? So they're all coordinating.
Thank
going
you guys,
to
my
Epstein's
mods.
island.
Thank you.
And you see right there, Elon Musk doing it also. As Kyle Cheney writes, here's Epstein engaging in some really disgusting text messages with a powerful Slavic leader while discussing relations with Russians and other geopolitical endeavors. They're talking about little girls right here.
Oh my God. Look, he all the way over in Russia talking about little, y'all, these people are sick. So they're getting other countries to participate in their shenanigans, their PDF file situation. Hold on, let me wrap that back, y'all. These people are diabolical, and they're walking still like as a free people, free when they should be locked up. Oh my goodness.
There, Elon Musk doing it also. As Kyle Cheney writes, here's Epstein engaging in some really disgusting text messages with a powerful Slavic leader while discussing relations with Russians and other geopolitical endeavors. They're talking about little girls right here. And it's a guy named Miro Logic saying, I don't
and y'all check out this right here, what they are saying. Let me zoom it out. Check out and listen to what these messages have to say. Y'all, when I say these people are so disgusting, I cannot believe that they are not up in the prison or up under the prison. Smash the like button, y'all. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Sassy says $1 billion industry. Yes. I mean, y'all, this is crazy, but y'all, let's continue. I'm telling you, this is crazy.
A girl next to me right now. And then Epstein responds, as you are a diplomat, that says, she'll be back in a minute, or she's across the room, or it's a woman and not a girl, or she just left, or there are two. I'm learning your language.
Wow. Oh my God. Black Anonymous says at the lounge, I wonder if politicians from other countries, i.e. Russia, has this information on our current. I'm wondering too, Black Anonymous. There is like all of these people involved and they are higher up. Y'all remember they were talking about something with Diddy and what is it? The prince over there in the UK, was it Prince Charles and them? Remember they were talking about that with Diddy? They were having some kind of tie. So I believe these other countries are doing the same thing. And I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's like in the Arabic countries. I think it's in Dubai where remember Jada Pickett and Tyrese was over there doing stuff with the underagers, allegedly. I'm telling you, these people are all tied in and they are doing these things to these children where these children are not able to, live their childhood. They're getting their childhood taken away from them. This is crazy, y'all.
Miro goes, no, I really don't have a girl next to me right now. Too many eyes are watching me. I mean, how disgusting is that? Too many eyes are watching. And then Epstein goes, it's okay, I have two. And then Miro says, not fair, to which Epstein responds, but I'm not going to be president. Very funny, very funny. You want me to be president? Here's the email right here where Epstein claimed that Bill Gates caught an STD.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay, Bill Gates, he didn't caught the heebie-jeebies. He is walking around and he got the package. I mean, half the package, you might as well say. And y'all know what the package is. The package is the H to the I to the B. But I mean, it's almost saying like you got the package, whatever. You're just sick downstairs. You're just sick, right? Oh my God, y'all, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. And y'all, remember they were saying, remember what they were saying? They were saying that Bill Gates, he didn't got, he got, caught the STD, and then he was trying to give his wife some medication to try to make sure that the package didn't show up when she, was, scraping and scrambling down there. I'm telling you, this is crazy. I'm telling you, these people are so diabolical. It is not even funny, y'all. I'm telling you, this is crazy. This is crazy. Hold on just a second, y'all. This is crazy. I'm telling you, these people, I'm telling you, I did not know that like these sick individuals would be a part of this, because we look at them, we don't know them, right? For one, let's say that we don't know them, right? We don't know them. So we look at them like, oh yeah, they're Bill Gates. Oh, he's doing this. He's a billionaire, trillionaire, whatever heir. And he's doing this. Oh, he's such a good man. Oh, he this, he that. No, absolutely not. This is crazy. This is diabolical. But y'all, this is crazy. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
Time that you had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who, when you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors. What did you know about him when you were meeting with him, as you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
I had dinners with him. I regret doing that. He had relationships with people he said, would give to global health, which is a interest I have. Not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction. Those meetings were.
Hey, Drake Stash, Mustache nephew says that man looks like a pervert. He does, right? And we know he was a freak because he caught a whole STD and was trying to medicate his wife. Y'all, this is crazy. He was trying to medicate his wife so she wouldn't catch what he was out there. He was out there slinging the eggplant and caught something. Y'all, this is crazy.
Were a mistake. They didn't result in what he purported, and I cut them off. That goes back a long time ago now. So there's nothing new on that.
It was reported that you continue to meet with him over several years. And
look at him live. Did y'all see him shake his head? Like, hold on, you ain't supposed to know that. Did y'all see him shake his head? Like, oh shoot, I hope she don't ask me these questions, because this question I don't want to answer. Hold on, let's wrap that back. Let's wrap that back, y'all.
Time ago now, so there's nothing new on that.
It was reported that you continue to meet with him over several years.
Look at him, watch.
And in other words,
did y'all see him shake his head? Like, oh, you're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know that. Y'all, these people are diabolical.
Number of meetings. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, and I've said I regretted having those dinners. And there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Anonymous, you was a mess. Y'all, he does look like he's creepy, right? He looks like he is sneaky and creepy. Oh my God. D-Dot says he's a reptilian. Y'all is a mess. He looks creepy, don't he? Oh my goodness, that says like Queen Elizabeth. Y'all, this is crazy. Nephew says all the money in the world and y'all want kids. It's sickos. Exactly. This is sick.
Well, he's dead. So, in general, you always have to be careful. And, I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy, very proud of the work of the foundation.
Bill Gates, stop lying. Stop lying. Who you think you fooling? You're not fooling us. Hey, lady, how are you? Welcome in. Y'all, please stop. Stop the presses, Bill Gates. Stop the presses, because we gonna get into it where his wife he was trying to medicate his wife so his wife wouldn't catch the STD. I'm telling you, these people are diabolical, y'all. Diabolical. Sick. They are so sick and unbelievable, robbing these kids of their childhood. Like, this is crazy. But check this out. Read what it says. Uh-oh. Crazy. This is crazy. God has said, let us meditate. Let us meditate. Yes, let's meditate. So y'all, guess who else was in these Epstein files? Let me kind of wrap it back just a wee bit. Do y'all remember, do y'all remember the three brothers? This is who I did a live on, and the three brothers, remember there was Orion and the other two, they were like a twins, and it was like three brothers. It was a set of twins, and then it was a another brother. It was three twins. They are on there too, and these is what people have missed, but people are still going through the files, but I found it quick, fast, in a hurry. But y'all, and also Midas Touch found it too, that the brothers, these brothers right here, they were in the files too, and now they're at the MDC where Diddy was at. But y'all, let's get into them because they are a part of the problem too. They were big billionaire brothers that had real estate, and they're in the Epstein files too, and they are going to a federal court. Their trial is about to start soon. But y'all, let's listen to them and let's see what in the world they had to do with this.
Jury selection in the federal sex trafficking trial for the Alexander brothers gets underway in New York City today. Now, two of those brothers, Orrin and Tall, were once top luxury real estate agents before they were arrested with their third brother back in 2024.
Now, according to the indictment, all three of them leveraged their wealth and conspired for more than a decade to drug, sexually assault, and rape dozens of women. They have all pleaded not guilty to the charges. Their trial is expected to last up to 8 weeks. And if they are convicted, the brothers face up to life in prison or a mandatory minimum of 15 years. NBC News legal analyst Misty Maris joins us now. Misty, so what kinds of questions will these potential jurors be asked before they are chosen for this jury?
So there's a lot of focus on whether or not the jurors themselves or family members, friends have been victims of sexual abuse. And we know this because not only are they undergoing voir dire right now where the judge and the lawyers are asked.
Y'all, it's hilarious. Anonymous called the Three Stooges. Y'all is a mess. The Three Stooges is over there at the MDC where Diddy was over there crying, hollering, and slinging snot. They were like, can we get bail? The judge said, nope, y'all gonna sit y'all little rich tails down and y'all gonna go through these problems. And now we found out that they is in the Epstein files too. I mean, Diddy was in the Epstein files. They're saying Jay-Z is in the Epstein files. Pusha T is in the Epstein files. Even Eminem was mentioned in the Epstein files.
Questions to see who can come in without any bias and base everything on the facts. Remember, there were jury questionnaires, extensive questionnaires that were distributed to try and eliminate some of the jury pool that they don't believe are going to come into that jury room neutral. So this is a really deep dive process. A lot of internet searches on these jurors just to seat a jury who can come in there and really only focus on the evidence and not everything they've heard outside the courtroom.
But my question, Misty, is how realistic is that? Because you're talking about things that could bias the juror based on his or her own life, whether they were victims of sexual abuse. But what about jurors who are just aware of the reputation of these men?
Yeah, so certainly that's another factor, and there's no one that's going to be eliminated because they've simply heard of the case. The question is, can they put aside what they might have heard, what they might have known, and just focus on that evidence and say that they're not going to come in with any biases they haven't already
Look
made
at
a
'em.
decision
Look
on
at them
guilt or innocence. So
PDFers.
that's really the challenge, and it's the same challenge that we have in all of these
Look at 'em.
high-profile cases. That's why you see.
Look at them. They was hollering, crying, and slinging snot. One of them just had a baby not too long ago. He was like, Your Honor, can I get out of jail? Remember, I did a live on this. I don't know if you guys were with me last year when I did a live on them. They was hollering, crying, slinging snot, asking the judge to give them bail because I got to take care of my kids. Oh, you weren't thinking about that when you were doing these disgusting things to these other children. You worried about a child now? Sir, you was, doing the ultimate nasty, disrespectful thing. I mean, you weren't thinking about that when you were doing all these bad things. But y'all, let's continue.
Such a focus on voir dire in trying to weed out those jurors who've already made a decision.
Misty, when you have a case like this, the three brothers are being tried at the same time.
Yes.
Walk us through the challenges for the prosecution and the defense here.
Yeah, this is really, really challenging, and I would say it makes it more challenging for the defense in general, because what the prosecutors are going to lay out is what they say was a conspiracy between the three brothers, that they were acting in concert, that they conspired to engage in these acts of sex trafficking and conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. So for the defense, they're going to have to try and focus on the acts of each individual brother and separate that out so the jury isn't looking at them cumulatively and imposing guilt on all three just by virtue of all three of them sitting at that defense table.
Mr. Maris, a lot to unpack in this
It's
case.
crazy, y'all. I'm telling you. Who else do y'all think is on the Epstein files? Tell me who else y'all think is on the Epstein files. Let me know who else do y'all think is on the Epstein files. I mean, because there's a lot of people on these Epstein files, even Jay-Z. Do y'all think that Beyonce is having a meltdown about Jay-Z being on these files? Or was she maybe a part of the files too? Because Melania, she was on these files too. And Melania, she's trying to come out with a movie just so that they can try to push, hey, go put a movie out, Melania, because you're on the files too. Melania was on the files and she was calling Ghislaine Maxwell. She was like, hey, G, what's up? She even had a name like she was hip to, hey, G, what's up? Have a nice day. They were all on the files. And remember Oprah Winfrey? Oprah Winfrey, she was a part of the problem too. Remember when she was kissing over there on Weinstein? She was kissing Weinstein, giving him a big old kiss and supporting him, acting like she is like the super saver. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. And she has some stuff up under her belt that we don't even know fully about, because she has a lot of stuff that she has done. And we're trying to question what in the world, what else she got up under her belt, right? I'm telling you, it's crazy. D.I. says, God is Jabil's in the fire. Stop it, D.I. You is a mess. You is a mess. But y'all, do y'all remember the God, what's his name? Wait, hold on, let me see. Remember John of God? Remember Oprah Winfrey? She interviewed him and she was kind of like pampering him, like, interviewing him and trying to, act like she's this like a pedophile, like a super saver, person. And we were thinking like, Oprah Winfrey, why is she talking to these pedos? Wasn't she like, SA, when she was younger? We thought that she was SA when she was younger, but here she is having full-fledged conversations with these PDFers. Like, she's trying to pamper them. I mean, y'all, check it out. Let's see. Let's check it out and see what Oprah Winfrey was doing.
So what do you mean you had the surgery?
Well, I was skeptical, but when you have leukemia and someone...
Stay with me, people, because this is as woo-woo as
It
I
is
know
woo-woo.
how I know.
Hey,
how
Marie.
It sounds like
woo.
woo. It sounds crazy.
So anyway, Raina Piskova calls me from down in Abidjan.
Okay.
She had the surgery. I had the surgery. Now the surgery, this is a guy who can do surgery to 1,000 people in a room at the same time. This is not. He is not somebody who does the surgery. Okay, he doesn't remember any of it that he does. You can watch him do it. He gets into this thing and he picks up these instruments. And you can actually see pictures.
I'm not fooling with y'all talking about my baby. Y'all saying my baby got his back blown out? I am not fooling with y'all. Y'all is hilarious. Y'all is hilarious. cannot with y'all. Y'all is about to make me fall out this shit.
The entities that enter his body as he does this. I know. When you're going down there, you'll see.
I'm going down.
You did a whole show on it.
I did, but every time I've heard about him or talked about him or even written about him in the magazine, it has been through somebody else's eyes.
Right.
And I keep hearing these stories and
I
hearing
had a direct experience. So
hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because it's saying that this video may be blocked. Hold on, I don't want to. Let me get off of that, because they say you talk about. I think they talk about you talking about the old lady. Okay, we don't want no problems, because I'm getting a little message at the bottom of my screen. So we not gonna talk about the old lady no more, because I don't want no problems from YouTube. Okay, we don't want no problems. But anywho. She was talking and having these interviews with him and with Weinstein. I mean, she was seen kissing Weinstein and she was pampering them, knowing that they were PDFers. Now, why would somebody be trying to kiss on a PDFer, trying to comfort them, trying to talk to them, and they were PDFers? If you were, essayed as a young child, why are you sitting here talking and having a whole conversation, interviewing a PDFer? Like, that didn't make sense to me with Oprah Winfrey at all. Didn't make no sense. And I'm not going to play her video no more, because I don't want no problems. I don't want none of them problems. But y'all, here is one of Hollywood's, Weinstein's, ex-assistants was speaking out and was talking about the stuff that was going on. And, he was doing a whole lot of nasty stuff. And I know he's over there in those files too. But y'all, let's check this one out, because I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Listen, Harvey now everyone sees is this sort of repulsive monster, which he was and is on one hand. But I think what is interesting and what isn't maybe brought forward is that he was also an extremely exciting, brilliant, stimulating person to be around. He was at the top of his game at that time. He held all the cards. Everybody came to him. And I'm not just talking about people in the entertainment.
Oh yeah, Sassy said, notice how everything is on TV is reruns. Yeah, because what hold on, let me dismiss this. Are they even making movies anymore these days? I mean, not really much, right? I feel like it's probably slowed down, but I'm not no movie person. But, they're saying that these movies have slowed down. Like, where's the movie? All of those jokers is tied up in all kinds of essay situations. Weinstein, you had Diddy, you got, Epstein, which is gone. Like, all these people are tied up. All these people are tied up in this nasty shenanigan stuff, doing these awful things to either kids or women in the industry. But y'all, let's continue listening to Weinstein's ex-assistant.
I'm talking about people in politics and in, big business and industry. And so to be in the enclave of somebody that powerful, was very exciting. He was also very unpleasant to be around.
Wow.
But he was a master manipulator, and he, his moods changed very quickly, and you never knew whether you were, his confidant or whether you were going to be screamed at. So it was a very highly adrenalized environment.
Wow.
When did you first notice that he had a problem with women?
Because I remember they were saying, hold on, let me turn the camera. I remember they were saying that Harvey Weinstein, he was a married man, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then he was going out and doing these awful things to these other women, and crazy as a Betsy bug, maybe a little bipolar. But when we went last year, me and my baby went to the Diddy trial, he was across the street in the state the state courthouse, and he was going and having his trial too, because I think they redid his trial or something like that. I wanted to go and see, but I didn't know much about like his case or whatever. But yes, he went to court last year too, and I think they redid his trial, whatever. I'm not too sure on him because I never followed Weinstein. I just know that he was real big in the movie like industry or whatever he was doing, and he had a lot of money, and he was doing what the rest of them are doing. But it seems like certain ones are like catching the L. Like, I don't even know if Abercrombie and Fitch, was he on the files? Do y'all think? Put a one in the chat. Was Abercrombie and Fitch the ex-CEO who they gave a pass to, basically? Do y'all think he was on the files? The three brothers, they were on the files. Did he, was he on the files? Jay-Z is on the files. All these people are getting like slowly like getting charges and, being, held accountable for some things. Diddy, of course, he should have been held accountable probably for some other stuff along with the stuff that he was, in jail for right now. But Weinstein, all those people, they should be held accountable for what really happened. Like, we tired of y'all like beating around the bush, saying this and saying that. No, we need some real charges. But y'all, let's continue. This is crazy.
I don't know that I could say I noticed he had a problem with women. I think, again, it's very difficult. Everybody now says, why did everyone go to his hotel room? It wasn't as simple as that.
Wow.
Everybody went to his hotel. This was where he did business. It wasn't in his bedroom, it was in his suite.
Oh, wow.
Top agents, top movie stars, male and female, coming in hourly for meetings. This was his place.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Was Weinstein, did he like men too, you guys? Hold on. She said men and women going to his room. That's where he would handle his business at. Hold on. Was he a gay man, y'all? Was Weinstein, he liked the men too? Y'all, like, was he like, maybe, like, did he? I mean, undercover? I don't know, y'all. Let's continue. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my word.
So it wasn't sort of this spurious, weird thing that you had to go up to his room. However,
oh, wow.
He had a lot of...
Okay, all of y'all, hold on. A lot of y'all are saying, yes, he is bisexual. I did not know that. But like I said, I don't know much about him, Weinstein. Weinstein and Epstein, y'all, they was demonic. They were demonic entities, cousins. Oh my God. Goddess says my stomach hurts. The goddess say they cutting up in the chat. They is cutting up in the chat.
With actresses, and he clearly had girlfriends. He had regular female visitors who were actresses, sometimes aspiring actresses, well-known actresses, and they clearly had a fairly intimate personal relationship with him. But as an assistant, that's not really something that you're involved with.
Did you assume that those relationships were consensual? Did they seem just to be part of that world?
Yes, I presume they were consensual, but there were obviously some women who were reluctant to come. When you'd ring up to try and make a meeting, they'd always come up with excuses, and Harvey would get very angry and threatening, and would threaten, you personally, that you had to make sure that this meeting happened.
Wow. So he was like very manipulative. Like all of them are, though. They like, I think, of course, from what we see and what I know, because I had a friend who dated a millionaire, right? And he was arrogant. He was nasty. He was busted and disgusted, talking crazy. I'm like, girl, I would not be putting up with that, not for 3 seconds. Absolutely not. No, you want me to clean up your house? You want me to do that? I got my own house to clean up. You think I want to come over here and clean up your funky drawers off the floor and then run all these errands and cook for you, and you treat me like sugar honey iced tea on the bottom of my shoes? Absolutely not. Get somebody else to do it. Y'all, let's continue. This is crazy. Oh my God.
There was no such word as no, and I think that's really the crux of the of the matter.
Zelda, when you first started working for him, some voices were warning you what he was like.
I had one warning, and I have to say that woman really saved my honour, because actually being warned is very important, because it arms you. And all she had said to me was, always sit in an armchair. Don't ever sit on the sofa.
Nephew, you're absolutely right. You hit the jackpot. You didn't want to take no baths, put on dirty drawers. I'm like, I cannot. This is unbelievable. I cannot. Absolutely not. And he dishing this out to you, girl. You better tell him to get somebody else to do it. Y'all, let's continue.
Next to him, and always keep your puffer jacket on. And there were no more than that. But actually it was an incredibly important and good piece of advice, because it meant that I was ready actually when he did start behaving badly. And it also meant that I wasn't as frightened, because I knew that it had happened to other people. So, you know, I was very robust in the way that I dealt with it. And he took that. He was very persistent.
Thank you,
And
Eva.
what did you do? Well, I think everybody by now has read.
Y'all is y'all is cutting up. Y'all, Goddess, can you get your cousins? Can you get your cousins anonymous? Anonymous and Dina. Goddess, can you get them? They are cutting up. Y'all is cutting up in this chat tonight. Y'all is cutting up. Y'all is being bad tonight. Y'all is being bad. Y'all is being bad. But y'all, let's go back because Trump, these files, I'm telling you, these files has caused a whole uproar all over the place. And now y'all got 50 Cent. 50 Cent is going in on the camel face. Jay-Z, 50 Cent has already put 2 posts, and y'all know 50 Cent is on Troll Patrol, y'all. 50 Cent has officially been on Troll Patrol on the camel and his lips, y'all. When I say his post, go check him out. 50 Cent, he is already on Troll Patrol, and I'm telling you, it is hilarious. Y'all gotta go to 50 Cent's IG page and go read what he says about Jay-Z and them camel lips, y'all. But y'all, let's continue.
Trump is getting hit with the karma she deserves. She thought this was going to be her big weekend with her theatrical release of Melania, which has been the biggest disaster in movie industry history. Nobody wants to see it, the biggest flop ever. But guess what? As Melania wanted to propagandize her past and tell this glamorous story, which nobody was buying, her real dark past was coming out. You see, Melania's name appeared in the Epstein documents that were released by her husband's Department of Justice. And not only was her name in those documents, we learned that she had a special nickname for Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator who was involved in underage sex trafficking. While Ghislaine was involved in the underage sex trafficking ring with Jeffrey Epstein, Melania referred to Ghislaine as G, and she told G that you had a great photo in the New York Magazine article of Jeffrey, and Jeffrey looked so good in the New York Magazine profile of him. Let me share with you this email from 2002 from Melania to Ghislaine Maxwell, and wow, is it damaging. Here's the email, dated October 23rd, 2002. Subject: hi. From Melania to Ghislaine Maxwell at the height of Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring. Dear G, that was the nickname that Melania had for Ghislaine Maxwell.
Wow.
Dear G, exclamation point. Hey, but Melania, didn't you say you didn't have a relationship with Ghislaine or Jeffrey?
Y'all, these people be lying. Remember, Trump was like, I'm not in those files. I ain't got nothing to do with them files. Well, why are you getting upset when these files is trying to get released? And then every time something happens, they were gonna like release the files. It's like this thing happens, that happens, all to be a distraction. And now we found out that Trump's name is in there. Like every other word is Trump did this, Trump Epstein, Trump, Epstein. Now Ivanka, not Ivanka, his daughter, but now we got Melania's name coming out. We got the brothers, the Minnie Mo and Jack, the three Stooges. Their name came out. Jay-Z's name came out. Pusha T's name came out. Eminem's name came out. I mean, Diddy's name's gonna, I'm sure, is to be up in there somewhere. All these people's names are, these people are scraping and scrambling to figure out who else is in these files. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
Well, let's go on and keep reading this email. Dear G, how are you? Nice story about J.E. Jeffrey Epstein in New York Magazine. You look great on the picture. I know you are very busy flying all over the world. How is Palm Beach? I cannot wait to go down. Give me a call when you are back in New York. Have a great time. Love, Melania. Wasn't that New York Magazine around the time when Donald Trump said, Jeffrey Epstein is a great guy who likes women on the younger side? Isn't that the time when Donald Trump brought...
Dina, you was a mess. Dina talk about my baby looks like the black Hugh Hefner in the picture right there. Dina, you is a mess. I cannot with you. You is a mess. Y'all is cutting up. You and Anonymous is cutting up. Oh my goodness, Goddess, can you get your cousins?
the Mar-a-Lago spa with underage girls to Jeffrey Epstein's home a few miles down the road in Palm Beach. Isn't that around the time where Virginia Giuffre was sex trafficked underage from Mar-a-Lago by Jeffrey Epstein? But I thought Melania said she had no connections with Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein.
Lies.
Well, we did know that you had the photos with Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein, but you said, yeah, there are just photos with people. That doesn't prove anything.
But y'all, they are always lying.
Based on this email. So let me get this straight, Melania, and tell me if I got my facts here.
Break it down.
So you threatened to sue Michael Wolff, Donald Trump's autobiographer, and someone who was thinking about writing an autobiography for Jeffrey Epstein and met with Jeffrey Epstein for many hours. You threatened to sue Wolff for $1 billion if he didn't retract statements that were made saying that you had certain relationships with the...
Y'all is a mess. Y'all is a mess talking about he's missing Anonymous. You is a mess talking about he's missing his snow bunnies and cigar. Y'all, I cannot with y'all. See, y'all. See, the cousins is cutting up. We got 2 of the cousins cut up. Goddess, get your cousins.
Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine. You said that what Wolff was saying was completely false and utterly defamatory, and you said you would sue him for $1 billion unless he said he was sorry and unless he retracted his articles and profusely apologized. So he doesn't say he's sorry. In fact, Michael Wolff sues you.
Oh, Sassy, you're talking about Meek Mills? We call him Meek Milks. Meek Milks is who he was, allegedly, he was calling him daddy and doing all these special things, trying to wear with the same outfit with Meek Mills too, with Diddy. I think Diddy was trying to take him shopping or something. Or at least wear the same outfit like he was trying to do 50 Cent. 50 Cent, can I take you shopping? 50 Cent, he almost flipped Diddy's wig off. Y'all, I'm telling you, this stuff is crazy.
In New York State Court, you don't countersue him. You run away and avoid service so Michael Wolff can't serve you with the complaint. Then you follow me. Then you go to federal court and say to a federal judge, hey, can you transfer this case to Florida or dismiss it because Michael Wolff has not been able to serve me because you've been hiding from him. Then we get to this weekend after you're trying to dismiss Michael Wolff's lawsuit. You're not filing any countersuits after claiming you were going to sue him for $1 billion.
I don't know, Sassy. Hold up. That's a good question, Sassy. That is a good question. Where is Meek Milks? Is he allegedly on the Epstein files too? I won't put them past. I think all of them was on the Epstein files. Because y'all notice how when Diddy had his trial, and me and my baby, I told y'all this a million times, we went to the trial. And the only person that came to the trial for Diddy was Kanye West. Now we don't know where Kanye West, he's all of a sudden missing right now. We don't know where Kanye West is. Kanye West went missing like a week ago, a few weeks ago. When's the last time people heard from Kanye? And then then the Epstein files came out yesterday. Where is Kanye? Kanye is missing. Then you got Ray J over there talking about he's only going to be living for 30 days. He about to be unalived, or, he's going to be passing away because he got 20% heart usage or something like that. Meek Mills, he's missing. I don't know when the last time I seen him, at least. So I think all of them is on the files. Now all of them, claiming sick, claiming crazy, claiming they in the crazy house. Like, I'm telling you, this is all crazy, right? But y'all, let's continue listening, y'all.
Then you launch your Melania movie. Jeff Bezos pays you $40 million as a licensing fee to tell some BS version of your life story or your background. An additional $35 million for marketing promotion in a theatrical release across the country in the biggest movie.
Brian said 50 Cent making that documentary probably in a month or two. Watch. Y'all, is there gonna be a surviving the camel lips, the camel face, twig headed, big lip, Jay-Z? Is 50 Cent gonna make a surviving, big lip camel lips and Jay-Z and his hair twisties? I mean, I do believe so. He's gonna round up. He's gonna go. I need to go ahead and talk to what's her name? I need to go talk to Foxy Brown. We need to round up Rihanna. We need to let me go offer them some great money, because y'all know 50 Cent, he got a lot of money too. I mean, I don't know whose money is more than whose right now, but 50 Cent, he got some money, and he will get Foxy Brown. He can probably get her to flip on Jay-Z. Maybe Rihanna. Maybe he can get Rihanna to flip on Jay-Z. I mean, that would be an explosive documentary, right? That would be an explosive documentary. But matter of fact, hold up, swole up. I got to show y'all something. Let me find something real quick, because y'all remember when Rihanna was over there on what's her name? What's her name? Tyra Banks. Hold on. Rihanna on Tyra Banks. Remember, she went on Tyra Banks and she said Jay-Z went and told her to, she could sign this paperwork, and it was like in the middle of the night. And I'm like, you 13, 14 years old signing some paperwork for one that's illegal, and then for two, where was your parents? And she said that Jay-Z told her that she better sign these papers or jump out of the 20-something story. Hold on, y'all. I got to show y'all that. So I believe that Jay-Z, oh yes, he's in trouble. He is in some trouble. I believe y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Hold up. Because I need to show y'all that if you guys haven't seen it. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have seen it. Did y'all see this? Oh, here it is right here, y'all. Hold on, it's over right here. It's over right here. Hold on, y'all. She was saying, check this out, y'all. This is Rihanna.
A really good audition. So what did he say to you? He said something to you. Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this certain feel of relief. But then he said, but I don't know when a dope.
She sound like she about 13 years old with that lip. She got lip. She trying to tell about what Jay-Z was doing to her when she was in the middle of the night. She got a very bad lisp. You could tell she was young right there. I don't know if they cut her tongue or whatever to get that lisp to go away, but you could tell she was very young. But y'all, let's continue listening.
Oh, then he said, he said it one more. He said, there are 2 ways to leave here. Either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're going to be 29th floor.
Did y'all hear what she said? That Jay-Z told her that you can get the 2 ways you can get out is if you sign this deal, you can walk out the door, or you can jump out the 27th floor. And this was an underage girl. She was probably about 15, 14, signing some documents. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is crazy, but let's listen again, because this is why I believe Jay-Z. I believe them files. I don't care what nobody says. I believe them files. Jay-Z was up there because how did Rihanna get over here? Because of Jay-Z. How did Foxy Brown make it so big? Because of Jay-Z. But y'all, let's listen.
What about your audition with Jay-Z? Tell me what he said to you. A really good audition. So what did he say to you? He said something to you. Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there's this sudden feel of relief. So then he said something about a window and a door or something. Oh, then he said, he said it one more. He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Wow. Wow. Did y'all hear what she said? Jay-Z told her there's two ways you can get out. You can take this the easy way or you can take this the hard way. The choice is yours. You gonna jump out this window, Rihanna? Are you jumping out? Because what did I say? The kneecaps? Are you gonna jump out this 27-story floor? I mean, I don't think that you're gonna make it jumping out the window. I mean, you're gonna be like a smushed pancake in the street. Or you gonna sign it and then we're gonna walk out. And then where did he go? Where did he take her in the middle of the night? Where was her parents at? How is she 15 or 16 years old signing some paperwork that is not even legal to do? You have to be 18 to be legal to sign for anything. How are you 15 or 16? That's a null and void situation. That is a null and void situation. But y'all, let's check this out and see. This, I'm telling you, this situation with Jay-Z being on there, Pusha T being on there, with Eminem being named, all of these people are disgusting.
Yes, she is such a cool person. She's everything you expect Gwen Stefani to be.
And did you learn something from her?
Well, I watched her performance on stage and I really like her energy and the interaction with the crowd was great.
Because I heard Kisses Don't Lie, and it sounds a little bit Gwen Stefani, like the guitars in the background. Am I right?
Well, growing up in Barbados, I wasn't exposed to rock music, but after I moved to the United States and I started watching MTV and stuff, I came in contact with a lot of different types of music, rock being one of my favorites, and Gwen Stefani is one of my favorite artists now. And when I went on tour with her, I was thrilled. And it really helped, it inspired me to do a rock and reggae song on this album, which is called Kisses Don't Lie.
But I feel like I've grown 5 years in 1 year. How is that noticeable on your new album, A Real Like Me?
Well, first of all, we put out the album just 8 months later, for no particular reason. We just felt like it was time. We had it done. It was time, so we put it out. It felt right. And I've grown in 5 years. I've said I've grown 5 years in a year simply because I feel like I was thrown out there into the industry.
Whoa.
Barbados straight on promo tour and not.
Did y'all hear what she said? She said, I feel like I was just thrown out there. And she was. Y'all don't think Jay-Z? Put a one in the chat if y'all think Jay-Z got her from over there and put her straight to work. And I believe what D-Dot said, I believe her parents did sell her off. And it's funny how just recently, you guys, that her dad passed away. Isn't that mysterious? Isn't that suspicious now that all this stuff is coming out? And Jay-Z is on them files and her dad is no longer living? Isn't that suspicious and mysterious? Put a one in the chat. I'm telling y'all.
I had no knowledge of the industry. I was totally ignorant and I didn't know anything.
Yep, sassy.
But
Facts.
I picked up on a lot and I had to mature a lot. It forced me to think like a woman because it comes with a lot of responsibility.
What do you like about the industry?
I love being able to travel all over the world and seeing different places and meeting cool people. Love performing. I just love the fact that I'm able to do what I always dreamt of doing.
So you're really happy?
I am very happy.
What is your favorite song on the album and why?
I would have to say, besides SOS and Unfaithful, which is the second single, it's called Faithful, Break It Off.
Break It Off. Well, you did a collaboration with Sean Paul. Can you tell me how the collaboration went?
Oh my gosh, it was such an amazing experience working with Sean Paul because, just let me explain, growing up in Barbados, like reggae music is our favorite type of music, especially in my generation, you know, my crowd. And artists. We look up to artists like Sean Paul and Vybz Kartel, and we love Sean Paul. We really supported him 100% when he went overseas and did his thing internationally.
Y'all is bad.
And for me to come from that island, like worshiping Sean Paul, and for me to come from that to working in the studio with him one-on-one on a song, such an amazing experience. I remember being in the studio every second, just like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. And we had so much fun. I went to Jamaica on vacation. We met up there. We went to the studio, and we were working on this song for the re-release of his album. And one day he called me. He was like, I know you're working on your new album, so you can have your song for your new album. I was like, I love this song so much.
Wow, y'all, I'm telling you. She also something about Rihanna, because y'all remember when she was going back and forth, remember with what was her boyfriend's name again? Chris Brown. They were saying that Rihanna allegedly that Jay-Z gave her the sick kitty cat meow allegedly. And Chris Brown was in love with Rihanna. So of course Chris Brown's like, hold on. You didn't make my eggplant sick? You sick? I didn't sleep with nobody else but you, Riri. Where you get this from? They said allegedly that Jay-Z allegedly then, gave her the, the oochie coochie la la la. And that's why he was so hurt. Then I thought, I was feeling bad for Rihanna. Rihanna is a gangster. Do y'all know Rihanna is a gangster? She was like doing stuff to basically try to trigger Chris Brown off. Cause as females, sometimes we be like, oh, poor Rihanna. No, Rihanna was a thug. She was a thug. She was doing stuff to trigger him. I mean, taking stuff, doing stuff. And I was like, whoa, okay, now we know the real story. And it's like almost like Jay-Z has a hold on her, because I believe Jay-Z was, allegedly, probably, this is my opinion. I believe that Jay-Z then took her, her V card. Her V card, Foxy Brown's V card, because y'all don't hear nothing about Foxy Brown. Y'all don't hear nothing about Foxy Brown, right? You hear nothing about Foxy. And she's trying to like protect Jay-Z. Maybe she got to, get some monthly hush it up stipend check every month. Or maybe every year. I mean, I don't know. But I do believe that from what they were saying, because even people were talking about how what's her name? Foxy Brown was coming around when they were when she was younger. And Jay-Z, I mean, he was, picking her up, I think, from school and doing all kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what we was doing, Jay-Z. And a lot of people said they seen this happening with their own eyes. They were around at the time.
To the fallout from the latest release of the Jeffrey Epstein documents, they include communications between the rich and powerful, from the co-owner of an NFL team to billionaires like Elon Musk. And tonight, the newly released photos of Britain's former Prince Andrew. Here's ABC's investigative reporter, Olivia Rubin.
Tonight, the fallout continues as new details emerge from the millions of newly released Justice Department records on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Today, we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
Including this stunning, never-before-seen prosecution memo and draft indictment written nearly 2 decades ago.
Wow.
Prosecutors in Florida detailing the disturbing evidence they gathered against the financier, calling him a continued danger to the community based upon his continued enticement of underage girls.
Wow. Wow. And they let this joker out of jail? Remember, they let Epstein out of jail. He was able to go to his office, probably doing, still graping these young girls, underagers, while he was supposed to be his badonkadonk in that jail cell. And they let him out. Y'all, this is crazy.
That 60-count indictment never filed. Instead, Epstein landing the now infamous deal allowing him to plead guilty to lesser state prostitution charges, for which he served just 13 months in a Florida jail.
Wow.
Upon his release, Epstein free to enjoy a jet-setting lifestyle and access to the rich and famous, until his 2019 arrest. These messages from 2013 show Epstein connecting New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch with various women. In one exchange, Tisch asked about a woman only identified as M, writing, "Curious to know about M, pro or civilian."
Wow.
In another, Epstein informed Tisch about a microbiology student in Florida who he said was interested in meeting, advising Tisch to, quote, "make it clear that you will organize her ticket." In a statement, Tisch acknowledging a, quote, "brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women," but saying, "I did not take him up on any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with." Known Epstein associates like the former Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles last year over his relationship with Epstein.
Hey, Tammy, how are you? Welcome in. Y'all, do y'all see what I'm seeing? Just like Anonymous asked earlier, like about like other people from other countries. Yes, these are other people from other countries that have linked up. They all got money in their country and doing these awful things to these people, y'all, to these babies. This is crazy, but y'all, smash the like button. This is sad.
The spotlight as well, with the release of these photos showing him crouched over a...
Oh my God. Is this a underager? Is this a child? Put a one. Do y'all think that this is a child in this picture? OMG. And somebody's over there with their feet on the table, kicked up right here on the table, like they kicking up, chilling, watching what's going on. Oh my God.
Young woman. The date and context of the interaction unclear. Representatives for Andrew have not responded to a request for comment. Also in the documents, numerous unverified tips and unsubstantiated allegations against powerful figures in politics, finance, and entertainment, including President Trump, claims the Department of Justice.
Oh, there go the BFFs. Look at them. Back in 1972. Look at them. Y'all, these people are diabolical. Trump's like, I'm not in the files. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know why y'all want the Trump the Epstein files released. I'm not in there. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And he's in there every 3 or 4 words is his name. Trump. Doing these awful things.
Says are unfounded and false.
There's this mantra out there that, the Department of Justice is supposed to protect Donald J. Trump. And that's what we were telling. That's not true.
Hey, Janine.
That was never the case.
Love you too,
We are
girl.
always concerned about the victims.
But some of Epstein's victims now furious, saying many of their names were left unredacted and exposed in this latest release.
Facts,
Epstein
Marie.
survivor Charlene Rochard tonight telling me she is, quote, completely disappointed with the Justice Department.
Hey,
I have
Jazzy.
absolutely no faith in this justice system at this point. The DOJ.
And see, you guys, this is what I'm saying. She is a victim. This just is like breaking news. This just hit an hour ago, I think. Let me see. Yeah, an hour ago. So this is news still breaking. Like everything is breaking with the Epstein files right now. As y'all know, the internet is on fire with these Epstein files. But y'all, just like somebody was saying earlier in one of the videos I played, they are being like subjected to this, re-traumatization, however you want to say it. Look, being re-traumatized because of these situations. Now, everybody's talking now. Their memories probably going back to like when Epstein did what he did, Trump did what he did allegedly. Well, all these disgusting people have done. But y'all, this is sad. This is really sad. But y'all, let's continue.
Is not taking care in survivors at all. They're not considering us.
And right now, the bipartisan lawmakers who pushed for the release of the Epstein files are raising questions about the 3 million pages of records the Department of Justice did not release. They're now asking for an in-person briefing to review the full files.
Olivia Rubin for us tonight. And tune into This Week tomorrow morning. George Stephanopoulos speaks with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think these other 3 million files, are like worse than the first 3 million files? Because they said it's 6 million files altogether. So 3 million have been released. What about the second 3 million? What do y'all think? I'm wondering. Janine says, get the orange man out of office. I know, right? Yo says, these pictures, he looking devilish. Yes, looking like a whole demonic entity. Dida says, yep, it gets worse. I think so too. I really think so. Marie says they want to see all of the nasty photos and read their conversations. This is crazy. Hey, user. User says, you moron said that same. User, you don't got to come here. You don't have to be here, okay? You come here, Oh, wait, you moron said that same. Okay. Definitely. I'm sorry, user. Oh, wait, hold on. Let user back in. Goddess. I think that's user from our other side, other channel with Jamil. I think. I hope that that's what they were talking about. I think. But yeah, so these things right here, I believe that these other 3 million are the ones that are going to be a lot worse. Now, why are they trying to push this Melania movie out too? Why are they trying to push this Melania movie out? I'm trying to figure out, why are they trying to push the Melania movie out? Melania was in the files too. And even if it was just for a simple, hey, how you doing? How's your day? Whatever. That could be still a setup to a whole situation, right? And this is what I'm talking about them saying all these people, all these names. Why aren't they in jail? The only person that they put in jail was Ghislaine Maxwell. And knowing that there was more people, as we see in these Epstein files, that had something to do with violating these children. I mean, there's been a lot of people, but they have not said anything about nobody else with these Epstein files. And then we got Nicki Minaj over there. I mean, kissing Trump's badonkadonk. But why do y'all think she's, why y'all think that she is over there kissing Trump's badonkadonk? Does she think that she's gonna get some kind of a quick hurry up? I'm gonna get my U.S. citizenship. I don't believe that. Trump will use people. He will chew them up and spit them out. Does she not know from previous? Did she not know that all them people that he fired? All the people that was going without food and getting their bills paid, all them federal employees, he will crush you or put you on pause. He will chew you up and spit you out. Nicki Minaj, she don't see, is she not hip to the game? Or is she maybe a little slow? Do y'all think Nicki Minaj is a little slow? Or is it because her husband is a PDFer, a registered PDFer, and her brother is one too? So birds of a feather flock together? Do y'all think that? I'm wondering. I really wonder. I do believe so. I do believe so. I'm telling you, I believe that she is slow and she thinks that she's gonna
Tonight?
What he is doing is going to get her into maybe a citizenship quicker, faster. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. Absolutely not. As soon as he's finished using her, chewing her up and spitting her out, it's going to be, it's going to be a done deal. There's not going to be any more Nicki Minaj in the picture. Nicki Minaj is going to be in the history books. Like all those other people he fired that he was allegedly cool with. Okay, Trump. Hold on. Are they trying to impeach Trump? Hold on, y'all. This is on right now. Let me see what they're talking about right here. They're talking about impeaching Trump. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let me get this. Hold up. Let me see what this is talking about because it's saying that they're trying to impeach Trump. I don't know what it's about, but let's see what they talking about. Let's see. Hold on. Hurry up. Come on now. Hurry up and process. Hold on, y'all. This is crazy. Uh-oh. Hold up.
Drastic cuts were made. Instead, she simply stated that it was done, quote, per DHS directive. To this day, we have still not received, I have not received a response to my letter. And I absolutely cannot understand and am so incredibly disappointed by the fact that this administration continues to try and attempt to walk all over this body. Congress is Article 1 branch, and we demand that we've received the respect that is due and that she respond to the questions, and that is her responsibility and her job. Mr. Chairman, I yield back. Thank you.
Gentlelady yields back. I now recognize the gentlelady from South Carolina, Ms. Biggs.
Oh, wow. Richard said, I believe they had a vote on it to impeach. Oh, wow. I mean, this is new to me. I did not know that they were trying to impeach him. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Wait a minute.
Highlight the fantastic work of the Homeland Security Advisory Council. I think when I say this, I speak on behalf of our entire South Carolina delegation. When I say that I'm pleased to see South Carolina's own Governor Henry McMaster appointed to chair the HSAC. Since his
Okay, that's enough of politics because that's why I don't deal with politics like too much. It's like too much listening. You got to be there. I be done fell asleep. They be like, hurry up the line, wake up. You done missed some important conversations. I be like, oh, what happened? What happened, y'all? What happened? Did they get Trump out of there? I be done fell asleep. That's why I don't listen to all that. I mean, it's a lot. I just get my surface level politics from Midas Touch and a couple of other channels. But y'all, this situation is hot and popping. And I do believe that it's going to be really, really nasty by the next time the next 3 million files come out. I believe it's going to be crazy. But let me hold on real quick because I know hold on because I got to go back and let me see. There's another one that I think another video that Midas Touch just put out with some I know he said that Trump is not doing good. Let me see. There was another one. Hold on. I don't know what happened. Okay, maybe he didn't. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what he's talking about. Cause let's see.
A lot to discuss on this episode of Legal AF, and I think for every single Legal AF from here on out, that's going to be the case. We are going to be very busy. The Department of Justice released purportedly 3 million of the Epstein documents and records on Friday. There seems to be at least 3 million records that are missing that the Trump regime admits to. We don't know if it's more than that, but I'll tell you that there was some bombshells in what was already produced, but I can tell you from an experience as a litigator, usually after people resist producing documents, then turn over a first tranche of a doc dump that's usually used as a moat to hide even worse stuff. And the stuff in this tranche is...
Oh, wait, didn't I just say that? I just asked y'all, do y'all think the next 3 million files are worse than the first 3 million that they just released yesterday? And he's probably saying the same thing we were saying. It's probably worse. Oh, wow. Okay.
And we'll break it all down. We'll talk about the latest legal fights that are coming out of Minnesota. We'll talk about a George W. Bush appointee who is really just someone in the conservative bar who's out there saying that the Trump regime is engaged in violation after violation of court orders. I think he said that I don't think I've seen an agency violate this many orders in their entire existence as ICE has in the month of January alone. We'll talk about the arrest and the persecution and prosecution of independent journalist Don Lemon, who's at my wedding where Michael Pope was.
And wait, y'all, do y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe that Don Lemon being arrested and Trump setting out for him to be arrested was a distraction because these files were so heinous and so disgusting? I do believe that. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe that because he's been going back and forth with Don Lemon for a while, it was a distraction because we already knew that these first 3 million files were really nasty. They were bad. And now the next thing is going to be the next 3 million. Is it going to be like a plane crash that comes? Is it going to be like some kind of tornado or some kind of like natural disaster that's going to come? Because he don't want these next 3 million. I do believe so. Y'all, we got to pay attention. I'm going to pay attention to the news because as soon as something crazy happens, y'all know I'm about to go live about it because that's just going to be another distraction. But y'all, let's continue.
As well. Don Lemon is a close personal friend of mine. So obviously it's a deeply personal issue, but it's a deeply personal issue regardless for all of us because our Constitution is under attack. Our First Amendment's under attack. He was reporting as a journalist. Our Second Amendment is under attack. All amendments are under attack, frankly. We'll break that down. Then we'll take you to Fulton County, where the Donald Trump FBI raided the Georgia election offices, and they took all of the 2020 ballots, despite multiple recounts, despite Donald Trump clearly losing in Georgia in 2020 and in Fulton County. The Trump FBI is focused on that, and they brought in Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, who was there at the raid of the Fulton County election office. And by the way, where was Pam Bondi at the press conference when there was the announcement of releasing the Epstein files? They just had Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney, Todd Blanche, there. So what, Pam Bondi recorded a selfie video of herself talking about Don Lemon. Michael Popak, let's get into it. But I'll tell you what, Pam Bondi, it's the word I was looking for. Pam Bondi, the name I was looking for. She's getting nervous. She's going to be on Capitol Hill soon, where she's going to be testifying in the next few weeks. And I know people who know Pam Bondi. I've known Pam Bondi's reputation in the past. Pam Bondi is scared about that hearing. I think she's scared right now in general.
I know people that know Todd Blanche. I just spoke to one the other day that worked with him closely in the U.S. Attorney's Office, and he said to me, I don't recognize this guy that's masquerading as Todd Blanche. There's just something in the water supply.
Facts. Tammy said Trump can deflect and and redact all he wants. We already know, period. Exactly. But that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to be doing all of this crazy stuff, having Don Lemon arrested, trying to say that he ain't in the Epstein. I mean, all these different situations that have happened and have transpired. It is only a deflection. They only are trying to deflect because Trump's name is like every 3-4 words is Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump Epstein, Trump Epstein, Jay-Z. I mean, it's all up. It's all up in the files, y'all. And then Trump is just acting like ain't nothing going on. But according to Midas Touch, Trump's health is declining. And he even had what's his name? Sanjay Gupta. Remember that doctor? He will always go on CNN a lot. I think it's like kind of like Indian. He always would be on CNN, but he was on Midas Touch earlier today or yesterday. And they are talking about how Trump's medical conditions is like declining, like really going down. They talk about his hands because they had a picture with Nicki Minaj and Trump's hands, and they were saying how his hands were like two-tone. They were saying how he's falling asleep. Now he be calling Joe Biden sleepy Joe, but there's sleepy Trump too. Trump is be sleepy. And then they said that it smelled like, he poo-pooed on himself, like the lady that was standing behind him at the press conference like yesterday or the day before yesterday. She was going like this, like rubbing her, like she smelled something funky. Like, did Trump boo-boo on himself? He needed to go get his Depends changed. I was like, whoa. So his health is declining. And then when he was answering questions, like crazy. Like they were asking questions like, what's this, that, and the third. He talking about, well, the sky was blue and it was purple now. They said his health is like, his mentals is like dementia, maybe early what called sundowners. So his health is declining. I don't think that Trump is going to make it to his 4 years. I don't believe that personally. From what I've been seeing and paying attention to, he's falling asleep, doing all kind of things. And then it's like, I don't think he's going to make it 4 terms. I don't think so. Do y'all think he's going to make it his whole rest of his 3 years? Because it just hit a year this last month. Well, this month, still in January. So do y'all think he's going to do another 3 years? I don't think so. I don't think Trump, because he's already older than Methuselah. He's already fallen asleep. He was falling asleep. What? Huh? What happened? Yeah. What happened? Like, and saying stuff that, like, don't even apply to the question. So it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But these Epstein files, y'all, they've been released. People are scraping and scrambling to figure out who's all in there. We know Pusha T, Jay-Z, Epstein. Who else they said? They named Eminem. But Eminem wasn't named in no way, But yeah, Jay-Z, Eminem, Pusha T. It's a lot of people that's gonna be in there. Oh, Clinton. And Clinton and him was hanging tight. They were. They were all, I'm telling you. Obama, okay, y'all said all quiet. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. That is crazy. Phyllis says, I don't think so. But he was always talking a lot, Joe Biden. Oh, yeah, so I don't know. The other says Busta Rhymes was getting busted in. You is a mess. Oh my God, y'all is a mess. But y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all because we've been on here for a good little while. I'm not gonna keep y'all, but I had a good time. Y'all was cutting up. Y'all know my cousins be cutting up. Y'all, my cousins be cutting up. But y'all, thanks for stopping in. And I'm gonna be looking through these files because I'm searching. I'm trying to find who else is in these files. Oh yeah, and the brothers. Remember the 3 brothers, the 3 stooges, the brothers that were billionaire real estate guys. They're over there at the MDC. They're waiting for their trial. I think they're doing their selecting the jurors, I think, right now at this stage. I think a few days ago, that video was played a few days ago. I think they're doing jury selection for those brothers. So it's a lot going on. And they were tied, they were in the Epstein files too. And what they were alleged to have done, I mean, yeah, they birds of a feather flock together. And all of them, they were billionaires, trillionaires, quadrillionaires, whatever. They were all heirs. And they were all doing the same disgusting things to these children. So it's very, very sad. Very sad, crazy. But y'all, I'm not going to keep you. Thank you, all of my mods, everybody that showed up tonight, showed out, everybody who hit the like button, all my cousins, all my family, all of y'all are family, y'all. We had a good time. But y'all, we're going to do it again tomorrow because I'm going to skim in those files and see what else. I mean, it's a lot. 3 million, it's probably going to take probably a few years for me to think that I'm about to go, but I ain't about to be doing all that. I ain't about to be all in the weeds. But I'm gonna skim through some of those because they have a lot of nasty, disgusting stuff, and I'm gonna see what they have. So y'all stay tuned. These Epstein files is rocking the internet. All social media is going crazy. Walk up like a flame. But I'm going to be keeping y'all in the loop because I'm going to find out what's going on, who did what else is going on, because there's this disgusting stuff that Trump was doing with them kids. I could not believe it. It was unbelievable. But y'all, I love y'all. Thank you. Like I said, all my mods, everybody who showed up, hit the like button. Y'all lead with love, peace, and tranquility. Be good, be kind, and also be careful. And y'all, I will see y'all in the next live. Night, night.